Yeah, and people here stare a lot, like that man, just staring at me. People just stare at you and be like, oh my god, you're black. Which brings me to the topic of being black here, or African in China. You get a lot of looks. If you've seen other YouTube videos, I've seen many people living in Korea, Philippines, Thailand. Well, the Philippines might be okay, but Korea, Japan, and they talk about the experiences about being black. And everyone just looks at them. Over here, they do that too. But, compared to 4 years ago when I first came here, it was so different. It was actually worse. People used to video record me. People used to pretend to take a picture. There was one time where I was on the bus. No, I was on the train, and then this woman was just sat like opposite me. And then I just saw a flash. And I was thinking, like, what the hell? Like, why would you just sit there and then just flash your camera to me? And then that's why I knew she took a photo of me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing back to her. So I took my phone and just snapped, like, bam. And then she looked at me and she got really scared. And I was thinking, yeah, like, obviously, why would you just try to take a photo of me? At least turn off your flash so I don't know. Black people problems in China. And my friend Yan, he's French. He goes through a lot of stuff as well. I mean, his experience being a Caucasian person is different from mine. There's been times where I'm with him and Chinese people, well, not all Chinese people, but some Chinese people would go to him and just talk to him like I wasn't there. And I mean, obviously it doesn't hurt my feelings because it's not gonna make me cry or something. But it's just the way they are. They are just oblivious to many things. They don't really do it to harm you. So you just have to accept that that's how they are, and it's not out of spitefulness. It's not out of racial. It's not really racial. Compared to how I feel in the USA, it's really different. But for China, you don't really lose or you don't really gain. But actually no, you do lose a lot. You do kind of lose your status in the society. Like here, if you want to teach English and you're black, that's gonna be very difficult. They assume that, okay, if you're white, you can be from Slovenia, you can be from Spain, you can be from Russia, any of these countries, and this means that you speak English because you have a white skin complexion. As to where, if I tell them I'm African, or if I'm black, or like I'm African American, that's not actually even going to get me a job. So this is what we face here as black people in China. And I have a friend called Wadamaya on YouTube. If you have his channel, please follow him. Wadamaya, and he calls himself Ghana Baby, and he shoots many videos about being black in China, being black in Asia, and he really goes into the point of what it feels like being black and how Chinese people treat you as a black person. Let me get my mic closer. How Chinese people treat you as a black person. And his videos are pretty much accurate because he goes through the same things as I do. If you know me, I used to live in the UK for a couple of years, and when I tell Chinese people that makes them happy. They're like, oh my god, you lived in Manchester, wow, so your English must be really good. And I'm like, listen, when I was in Manchester, I knew British people who could not read and write growing up, so it doesn't really make any difference. It doesn't really mean that because I'm black and I had the opportunity to stay in the UK means that I can speak with English. To them, that's what it means, but obviously that's not the case. So also, where you live counts. If you live in a city like mine, which is pretty much not really international or not so diverse, I should say, people tend to not really know much, so you have to educate people. You need to have patience and educate them and let them know that this world is not full of just Chinese people or white people. We're all here together, holding hands, singing Kumbaya. Having said all of that, it shouldn't stop you from coming here though. If you want to come to China, hey, do it. You don't need to care about being black or being white. Just do it. It is what it is. Your experience is different from my experience, and it's about what you make out of it. So that's what I've learned in the last few years. I'm really happy to leave now because I've taken all that I can, and I'm going to use it to better myself. So alright, so anyway, let me get on the bus, which I'm waiting for like 10 hours. Talk to you guys later.